Here's a quote from Amschel or Meyer Amschel Rothschilds. You always hear me talk about the elite bankers. Well, this is one of the men, the forefathers of the Rothschilds that are still here today. Trillionaires. You know, it's accumulated that they have about $500 trillion, man. You know, these are the people that you answer to. That's all the way in the back, the hidden ones. You know, they show you that in Wizard of Oz, where the one controlling all the moves was really that little green nigga, that little weak, inferior-looking puppet dude up. You know, when they went to see the Oz, the Wiz, like whatever, the wizard. You know. So let's see this quote he said. Uh, no, Salaki. I don't know what happened. This jump. Here it is. The actual quote, which is attributed to Meyer Amschel Rothschild, is, and look, just because something is on Google or YouTube, I don't make it real, man, or don't make it fake. But through the spirit, you have to know when to eat and when to spit the bones out. You know, this is why you have to be, you know, the Lord has to be dealing with you as well. Like the scriptures say, He'll come and sup with you because, you know, a lot of things are just playing out there. Because there's a prophecy that says in the latter days, the Lord will lift up the skirt of the so-called white man and reveal his nakedness. And that's parabolic talk for all his secrecy is coming out to the forefront. The actual quote, which is attributed to Meyer Amschel Rothschild, is, and this is just one family. There's estimated to be 12 families, but it could be more than that or less. Permit nosy, man. Nosy. See, I want her to hear that. Nosy as hell, man. Salaki. It says, permit me to issue and control the money of a nation, and I care not who makes its laws. Now, that goes hand in hand because, yeah, if you control the money, this is why you use a FRN. And then you have all kind of Masonic symbols on that FRN. Satanic symbols. That amongst them Freemasons, they know what they're trying to say. You just think it's a cute pyramid and an eye. Novo Ordo Seclorum, which means New World Order. That's on your dollar. They control that. They print it. You're a slave to that. You have to use that for monetary gain. So if they devalue it or they value it, they inflate it, guess what? You're subject to that. Now you're paying $30 for a piece of bread. And they're going to collapse this economy, which is spoken of in the scriptures. The judgment of the Lord, using them to bring judgment upon those that don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So this goes hand in hand. If you control the money, you control the laws as well. This is why you have guys like Donald Trump, the senators, the Democrats, the Republicans, which is all a one-party system. Hillary Clinton actually said that. It's a one-party system. It's a one-party thing, which means they're all in it. They're all in on it. And they portray something called controlled opposition, to where they, you know, they always have somebody seem like they're fighting for you, for your liberty, for your rights. But it's all an act. These people sit around and they do rituals together. They go to dinner together. They dialogue. They talk together. They chill with one another. So they can be bought off or persuaded to do anything. Because if you control the money, I care not who makes his laws. Now we're going to go, and this is what's done. You know, Trump is just a puppet. He controls nothing. And when you have this much money, you can pay off people to put people to death. Look at JFK. Look at these different presidents, man, that got put to death, or these major influential people that got put to death. You know, that's why you have something. Forgot what I was gonna say, but let's look this up. So everything you're getting off TV, you can't believe it, because ultimately, like right here in this article, We're going to read some of it. It's telling you the 15 billionaires who own America's news media companies, you know, which actually these people are given their platforms and their position, these Edomites, or whoever they may be, by the elites. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. Do you think these people actually worked their way up to this? Trump? No. They're tied in. And a lot of times when you research these people, you go deep into it, they're actually related somehow. These presidents and these elites. Why? Because it's nothing for them to give $1 billion. What's billions of dollars? What's 15 billion to 500 trillion in trillions, you know? It's like if you run a kingdom, you become a king overnight. What? You need administrators, you need ambassadors, you need people to run your kingdom. And you need them to be to a certain level of stature as well. So you don't have to do it all. And what? You give them their portion. And we're not even talking about the deceptive part of this kingdom. You know, here it is, Bill Gates, he's the smart Microsoft guy. For years, he's been creating viruses and capitalizing off of those viruses he created to fall into your computer so you can buy his product. Now he's over the vaccination. Now he's the owner of this whole agenda for vaccination. And recycling water. He's recycling shit water, your sewage water. And a lot of this water you get, you're actually drinking that. You can look into this. So who gave him that position? You know, here it is, you need a permit just to go do anything, man. Just to get on the street and drive up the block. You know? But yet he can control the whole vaccination, the whole medical field. And tell adults that they need to make mandatory to take a vaccine. Well, that's what's coming. He's being pushed to the forefront of this New World Order agenda, as you know, so he can be the fall guy. So he can be the blame guy. So all the concentration and your fingers can be pointed at Trump and him and these senators. They're going to be the ones you blame. When really it's these elites. So let's look at a little bit of this. Because the point I'm trying to make is that these billionaires, I'm going to just read the names, man. Michael Bloomberg, Jeff Bezos, you know, Comcast CEO Brian Roberts, media chairman John Malone, and down the line. You know, now the point I'm trying to make, did they just come out of nowhere and start from the bottom like Jake has to do? He started from the bottom, now we here? No. They didn't start in the ghettos and the hoods. They got put on some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? You know? So, you know, ultimately, these media, these news stations, this music you hear, there was some information I came into a while ago at the earlier years in America, just going into how the CIA, pretty much the military, took over everything you watch and you hear through the radio. This is why you have certain movies come out. This is why the hip hop culture is so violent. It's all military tactic to fill up the prisons and destroy you Israelites. That's a good example. You know, everything you watch is about pride and showing off and you got to be the baddest bitch. What does that do to people, man? That creates pride. That creates selfishness. That creates death. It causes division in the family home, the feminist movement. That's all you see in the TV. Feminism. It destroys families. You know. And this is just the entertainment business. We're not talking about actual politics and legislation where you can barely make enough money. Here it is. Should have been set up to where the Israelite man and the father of the Israelites is being persecuted in this land. It's hard even to deal with your children because of the ways things are set up. And if you're not cooning out and chasing the things of this world, then a lot of times you're gonna catch hell. And guess what? The Lord has called us as Israelites to be separated from the world. So that's part of the hell you catch for making that kind of sacrifice. But with that, you know, let's see. We're gonna get one scripture and get up out of here. I would read it, but my point I'm trying to make is you're watching the coronavirus, you're watching this, you're watching that, you're reading this, you're reading that. Guess what? It's all controlled. It's all controlled, and these people are all on the same side, on the same team. Here's a scripture going into these people, man. Woe means destruction. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. So destruction to them that devise iniquity, meaning sin, unrighteousness, and work evil upon their bed. The word Eve means times, and ill means bad. The word evil means bad times. So these elites are devising bad times for you people out here. It says upon their beds. Yeah, they don't go to work like me and you. You know what I'm saying? They just sit up and plan what the next move is gonna be. That's why you walking around with a mask on your face, like a muzzle, like a dog. Pretty much asserting their authority that they have you people totally in their grip when they want and how they want. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. Yeah, when it's morning time, they can make them calls. They can dish out that money because it's in the power of their hand to do so. Who gonna stop them? You're not gonna hear a case of George Soros, the DuPonts, or one of the Rothschilds getting arrested for doing some pedophilia or something, unless they wanted to out them for some reason. They was mad at one of their family members. But nah, it don't work like that. They control your police department. This is why your police departments has all these Masonic symbols. The star by itself, and then they take an oath because these police are foot soldiers for the elite bankers. This is why they're not here for the citizens like you think. You work for us. No, you don't. They protect the corporations and they protect these elites corporations out here. Make sure you don't destroy all this shit. But now they want to defund them because they want to do away with the police departments and bring in the militaries. Because the police are actually, a lot of these police are U.S. citizens, so they don't fit into the New World Order agenda because a lot of them are going to have sympathy. They're going to start bringing in troops from foreign nations that's not going to have sympathy on you Americans, that actually hate Americans. Because everybody around the world hates Americans, man. And Salakia for all the talking, but with that, till next time, I'll try to bring out more factual things. I have so much on my plate. If you look at a lot of my old videos, the most authentic videos I had actually bringing out sources, information, actual concrete were erased. They were deleted. So, may the Most High be with you if you can find some. I like explaining it, but I like for you to see, so you can be able to search for yourself. So I may have to get back into that. There's a lot on my plate right now, yeah, they've been snatching videos off of my feed, man. You know what I'm saying? I had one good video going into Hitler. How he was saying you so-called Negroes in America are the actual Israelites, the Jews, and how that America one day would pay for stealing the jewelry of the Most High. That it would come back upon them. You know what I'm saying? That's like running into a king's house and stealing his stuff. Well, that's what was done to the Israelites on the earth. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So this is why, hey, only hell is coming, man. And these elites are going to get their issue too. But right now, they're being used. They're being used by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why we just read that scripture. Why is it in the book if it shows you there's no free will? Why is it written already? And this is just one scripture, because I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to keep it short. We could go through many scriptures going into these elites, man. It's not going to say elite. You're not going to find that word right there, man. But you got to put two and two together, and you got to move through the spirit. Because these scriptures are written in code, allegories, metaphors. It's a puzzle. It's a riddle. A lot of these things are riddle. The scriptures tell you that. Let's see. We're going to end it with this. And a lot of things you can filter through the scriptures and find out if it's authentic, like these different empires that once ruled the earth. You're thinking about the Babylonian Empire, the Assyrian Empire, the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. All of these empires are in the scriptures. And so then you go into these places that the Bible names about these empires. You can actually go over there and excavate the land. A lot of these places have been found to be true. The Chaldeans, okay. Was that really a tribe of people? Yes. We have archaeological evidences, you see? So you can filter. Was Noah's Ark real? Yes, I did a lesson on that. Try to find that. Going into how there's been major excavations and tests ran on the top of Mount Ararat to prove that the Ark is still there. So now we have to believe in the issues of Noah, Shem, and Japheth repopulating Earth. Now we can't go off of Esau's, the so-called white man's pseudoscience, because, see? So this is why he's fed you pseudoscience, because he doesn't want you to believe in Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. It would expand your mind, and you wouldn't be able to be manipulated and controlled the way you do, as cattle. Okay. This is Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So you're not going to reveal nothing to nobody, not your Sunday morning pastor or nothing. Only the Lord chooses who his servants and his prophets are. You have to be born into this. Before your parents came together, you had to be a soul in the fourth dimension that he was going to send down to do this purpose and to get this understanding. You know, maybe as a kid or as a teenager you didn't know it, but then he quickened you to life at a certain point in time. He put his spirit on you and brought you back to remembrance, you know, of these things. That's power right there. And that's why, you know, since a kid you may have had premonition, or you may have been zealous about the Most High. You just didn't fully understand it because you had things and everybody around you telling you elsewhere. You were confused. This is why a lot of times you were separated from certain people, your family. You didn't know. You just followed the narrative of what was in front of you, but it was actually divine. So you can pay attention. So you can be snatched away from those who were dragging you into the depths of darkness. And with that, I want to say love, peace, and safety to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.